Good day everyone. I'm here to tell the world a true story about my home country called Myanmar. Some of you may also know my country as Burma. I also happen to be a citizen of the beautiful land of Australia, and I feel truly privileged to be living in Australia, the land of freedom and limitless opportunities. However, it breaks my heart to see the things that are happening back home in Burma. As an empowered global citizen and a humanitarian at heart, I feel an overwhelming sense of responsibility to speak up for the people of Myanmar, as they cannot speak up for themselves right now. So let me speak on behalf of the people of Myanmar. And please stay with us and hear our story.
Myanmar, officially known as the Republic of the Union of Myanmar, is the second largest Southeast Asian country, covering over 670,000 square kilometers. It is surrounded by India and Bangladesh in the northwest, China in the north, Laos in the east, Thailand in the southeast, and the Indian Ocean of the southwest. It has a population of approximately 55 million and 8 major tribes of people. In addition to the major tribes, there are over 130 distinct ethnic groups that speak their own dialects and exercise their own cultures. Burmese is obviously the main language spoken by the majority of the citizens, but there are well over 100 different languages spoken by the various minority groups. It's fair to say that Myanmar is a nation characterized by vibrant cultures and a rich history of harmonious existence between people of various origins.
Not only does the country have remarkable people, but the land itself is also beautiful. There are snow-capped mountains in the north, evergreen tropical rainforests with tall timber trees all over the country, amazingly fertile plains in the central and southern regions, and thousands of miles of beautiful coastlines with numerous islands all around them. Moreover, the land is blessed with an abundant supply of natural resources, including oil and gas, timber, quality livestock, metallic ores, and precious gemstones. One should feel truly blessed to be a citizen of Myanmar.
Unfortunately, the beautiful country is now under a serious threat. As of 1st of February 2021, the Burmese military has taken control of the country by force, and they have unlawfully detained the true leaders of the country elected by the people. The whole country is in crisis and facing tremendous hardship because of this incident. During the latest federal election held on the 8th of November 2020, the political party representing the military lost by a significant margin, leading to the potential loss of power in the parliament. In a desperate attempt to maintain power, they have circulated rumors the voting process was biased and fraudulent, without any proof or evidence. The military coup was subsequently initiated based on this claim. Let's hear what the people of Myanmar has to say about this current situation.
This is a senseless act of injustice. It violates human rights and acts against the better future of our nation.
Whatever reasons or excuses the militaries may be using to justify their recent actions, I can assure you that the well-being of the people and the nations are not in their best interest.
They fabricate lies after lies to cover up for their crimes and benefit from this illegal power grab.
Because of this hostile takeover, the people of Myanmar are at risk of losing their freedom.
The military is trying to bring back dictatorship because they plan to take control of the country's resources for their own gain.
The generals are willing to sacrifice the welfare of the people just to fill their pockets.
Millions of people all over the country are protesting this military coup with a movement called the Civil Disobedience Movement, or CDM, as you may have seen on your social media. However, instead of listening to the people and respecting their opinions, the military is using threats of violence and imprisonment to subdue the efforts of these peaceful protesters.
The protests have been happening for several weeks now, yet there is little signs of things heading in the right direction.
Innocent people are faced up against madmen with guns. This has led to senseless bloodshed. The good citizens can't tolerate this much longer, as the military is unwilling to relinquish power. Despite millions of people making their effort to make their voice heard, these citizens opposing such evil.
The people of Myanmar needs to know there is hope. They should not have to live under the oppressive dictatorship in this day and age.
It's time for organizations with appropriate authority, such as the United Nations, to step in and help restore law and order in Myanmar.
There are no diplomatic solutions, as these war criminals clearly lack respect for human rights and freedom of speech.
We want no negotiations, no deals. They should be made to answer for their crimes against humanity.
The Burmese military has been abusing their power to marginalize and harass individuals and minority groups that stand in their way, since it began to hold significant power shortly after our independence from the Great Britain in 1948.
There is enough evidence of the atrocities they have committed over the last few decades, even before this current event, where violence is being used to crack down the peaceful protesters.
It's clear what the people want. The people are protesting every single day, despite the danger of COVID and armed reprisals from the military. The military must give back what they stole and robbed.
In order for true democracy to shine, no military personnel should be given the authority to run the government.
Can you imagine living in a country where the only government you're allowed to vote for is the one that would shoot you in the head if you disagree with what they had to say?
Can you imagine living in constant fear of losing your dignity or even your life simply for stating your opinion about the government?
Can you imagine working in a country where successful business opportunities are earned only by bribing to the government officials?
Can you imagine living in a country where the government takes your possessions away without any excuse? Or can you imagine them taking away your loved ones without a trace?
Would you want your children to grow up in such a country?
Would you yourself want to live in a country like that?
How long would the people of Myanmar be subject to the threats of violence and injustice?
How much more blood, sweats and tears will have to be shed?
We believe the sufferings will only end once the world starts listening to our cries.
Hear our voices and save Myanmar before it's too late.
Let us enjoy peace and democracy.
Help us. Help us overthrow this dictatorship and save our beloved country. Save Myanmar.
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 Please save Myanmar.